Howdy, y'all. So, really quickly, before I know you guys probably saw the title of the video, before I get into it, I do want to say one quick thing about this combat. Obviously, we're in the middle of it. I did skip a little bit in. This combat took 25 minutes. My duo and I, we made some mistakes, and so we had to improvise in the fight. I want to make clear this is still honor mode. You can still see that whenever I press escape or whatever. It still shows that it's honor mode. We have not cheated. We have not done anything different in the game. Basically, I just skipped the first few rounds of combat so that this combat would actually finish by the time the end of the video comes around. Otherwise, the combat would have been a little long, and like I said, I didn't really want to split this combat up into two fights. I wanted to split it and I just want to do one video. So this is going to be about 10 to 12, 10 to 13 minutes. Just as the last video did as well, or not the first video did as well. So I just wanted to make that a little bit clear. No cheating has been going on. I want to make that very clear to y'all. I'm not lying to you. Just wanted to get to where you could see the full combat, as I'm already downed. But sort of. I remember this combat. I was very unlucky. Like, they landed so many crits on me. I made the joke to my duo. I'm like, this is just reminding me of how Kane died in the campaign, in our D&D campaign, because like Kane, he got crit every single, like, basically he got hit every single time, and I missed every hit. Like, I rolled nothing above a 13 that entire night on my dice. It was terrible. But anyways, yes, identity revealed. Clickbait, not really. I wanted to go ahead and discuss sort of the first time I ever had my identity revealed when making content creation. Happened twice. So the first time around was when I was doing content creation on Twitch. Second time around was when I ran an esports organization, and well, there hasn't been a third time around, but first round, I was doing Twitch, right? Did a lot of streaming. I was relatively popular, the good old viewership, all that good stuff, like we talked about in like the first video, second video, and it was great, right? It was great. But I remember someone from my someone from my school found my channel. It was popular enough, and I guess they watched Minecraft, and they ended up scrolling across it, and I think I had my camera on. I don't remember. I think my camera was on. I think it was really scuffed, but I think I did have my camera on. And I remember they were like, "Is this you? Like, this is you?" I'm like, "Oh shoot," and I was younger at the time, and it's like, "Oh well, content creator, you're like 13, 14." It's like, okay, well, it didn't go well. It wasn't great. But I remember, when that happened, it was kind of like a weird moment for me, because I'm like, how do I handle this? Like, what do I do? I was in theater and people knew who I was, but it's like, now people know that I have a Twitch channel. Like, it became a whole different thing, right? Because, when I was younger, I put on a little bit more of a mature face than I did when I was like in school. It was different, right? I was a different person when I was streaming. Not like so different that like it was just two different people, but it was different because I was just like, I would act slightly different, right? And it felt weird because, especially, damn, the critical hits, especially like in class, I was not talkative. I was very introverted. In streaming, I mean, I'm talking, right? I'm making connections. I'm having a good time. I'm making jokes. Very, very weird. It was out of character for me, right? But I was comfortable. I was in my element. I enjoyed it. So it was very, very interesting to me, because I didn't really know how to handle it when I was like that. That being said, that rolled over. Obviously, COVID came around, and so people kind of forgot about it. But then I ran an esports organization, and I played competitively in Overwatch for a little while in like the tier 2 scene, high tier 3, tier 2 scene, and people began to recognize me at my school and at my high school. They're like, "Wait, you own a business?" I'm like, "Yes." And like, I would have teachers talk to me and all that, and like, I mean, they would do a little snarky laugh or whatever, they'd scoff at me. I did end up doing my senior project on an esports organization. It was Mystics. It was the organization I ran, and I remember it was spiteful. I was like, no, I'm doing my senior project on this, and you can't stop me. And I'm gonna prove to you that it's a good project, because you're supposed to do something that you're gonna make a living off of. So I made sure that it was gonna work, and I put in blood, sweat, and tears into that project, and it was one of the best ones. I got an award and everything. Only reason I lost points because I went over the time. It was like 8 to 10 minute presentation. I went like 10:40, I think. So it's whatever. But a lot of compliments on it, and I'll talk about that later. But I was like, you know what, the cat's out of the bag. So fine, yeah, I own an esports organization, and I'm gonna make it work, and I did. I mean, I talked a lot, and I did a lot of things to make that thing work at the age of like 15 or whatever it was, and it was important to me to prove that I could do it, right? Because I wasn't an athlete, or I wasn't the academic warlord, right? I mean, I had good grades, but I wasn't like the academic guy. I wasn't the athlete. I wasn't the theater kid anymore, because I was in my relationship at the time, so like I had those other issues. So it was a lot of pressure on me, and also dad's a successful businessman, my mom's a successful businesswoman and an engineer. I didn't want to disappoint them, right? And so it was very important to me to do well with this, and I did. Obviously, I got caught, or not caught, but people found out that it was a thing, and so I embraced it the second time around. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna hide it. Yeah, it's true. I'm not gonna boast about it, but I'm gonna embrace it. It's true, and I'm gonna do it. And I don't really care what you say about it. And out of those two times, second time was definitely the better one. If you guys ever are in a situation where people find out things, embrace it. People are gonna make fun of you no matter what. People are gonna hate on you no matter what. It's what you choose to do with that, right? You're gonna let it fuel you and let you continue to grow, or are you gonna let it shoot you down, right? Especially if you're like making content, you have a loyal following. Let your loyal followers stand up for you, because they're going to. They like you for a reason, so embrace that. That being said, I mentioned the organization I mentioned earlier, and those of you who maybe caught on, you may start to recognize who I am now. But I mean, I don't hide who I am. I mean, I haven't said my name, I haven't said my friend's name, but like, I mean, you guys can see the Discord in the left side corner. I mean, if you zoom in, you can probably see my face, right? I don't really hide it from my friends. Some of them already know about it, right? I'm not really hiding anything from them. I don't go around boasting about the channel. I could. I could probably get some more views and more subscribers for it, but that's not what I'm here to do, right? I'm here to have a good time. I'm here to vibe out. That's something I want to make very clear, right? It's like, I don't care if this channel blows up, and I don't care if people around me, people I know, find out about it. I mean, I'm going to continue to do my thing. And I have some content related people, some creative people, and I'm sure they're going to be like, oh, well, you're doing this wrong. It's like, I don't care. This is how I'm going to do it, and I like the way I'm doing it. I might make adjustments along the way, but this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to have a good time doing it, because the people who are watching these, the people who are enjoying these, like them because of the way I'm doing them, right? And I will make small adjustments, like I said, like with audio, right? Obviously, that's a big one. Maybe making different thumbnails, right? Things like that. Getting more creative, right? To make things more sort of quality of life changes, but I'm not going to do major things. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not going to change the content I create because it's better for me to do something else, more viewers. I don't care. I'm here to do the content the way I want to do it, like I mentioned in the first video. And so that's sort of the life lesson I guess I have, is like, if you ever in this spot, y'all, where it's like, you maybe are making content, or you are maybe, I don't know, a gymnast or in theater, or maybe a great athlete or whatever, and you don't want people to find out. Okay, so what? People might find out eventually. And if they do, don't stress about it. Embrace it, right? Now, don't be a jerk. Don't be like, yeah, that's me. I'm the best golfer. I'm the best basketball player. I'm the best YouTuber. It's like, shut up. No, don't do that. But embrace it, right? It's like, oh, you strain? That's gotta be interesting. It's like, oh, well, it has its challenges, but it's also fun, and I enjoy doing it, right? If they start saying stuff like, well, why do you not do this? And it's like, well, hey, look, I do the stuff that I want to do, and yeah, it may not be perfect, and it may not be, but it may not be the worst thing, right? It's the way that I want to do it. It's the way that I like to do it, and that's the way that I'm going to choose to keep doing it. And there's nothing wrong with that. That is the best way to handle that. So that's the life lesson, I guess, of this video, guys. Is don't ever, if you maybe do something like content creation or athletics, or you're a really smart person or whatever, don't let someone else sort of affect you, right? do what you're gonna do, and you know, no matter what, have a good time doing what you want to do, and don't worry about anyone else, because that is the best way to go about it. Once you start doing it for you and not for anyone else, you're gonna be 10 times happier person. That simple. But that's going to wrap it up for that video, y'all. This actually wraps up the videos that I'm going to be making before I head out on vacation. So, maybe I'll have some stories from when I come back that maybe I'll start talking about. But these videos should actually line up. I've always been like a week ahead of myself in terms of video recording. I'm now 2 weeks ahead of myself. When I'm back, we will be making videos basically freshly made. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But other than that, I look forward to it. Thank you all very much for being here. Remember, I'm having a good time. Hopefully you're having a good time too. We're just here for vibes. Have some new things coming up later, and until next time, see y'all.